Welcome to the Josh Bolton Show, where we dive into interesting and inspiring conversations. And now, your host, Josh Bolton.
Welcome, everybody. Today on the show, we have Alinka Rutkowska. I'm probably butch. Oh, sweet. I did it correct. We're going to be talking about book marketing, different topics within books. I was just talking for, you know what? You take it away before I keep babbling like a fool.
Well, excited to be talking about everything related to book writing, book marketing, book publishing. So whatever you have on those subjects, I'm ready to roll.
Wonderful. So then I'm just curious then, we didn't get to this. How do you help authors with their writing their books?
Mm-hmm. Well, at Leaders Press, we help entrepreneurs turn their book ideas into bestsellers by interviewing them, ghostwriting what they have in their minds, and then by launching the books to bestseller status, either on Amazon or USA Today or Wall Street Journal, and getting them into bookstores through our distribution partnership with Simon & Schuster.
Nice. So then, do you more get like autobiographies or more like strategical, like I know this skill set for whatever management when it comes to entrepreneurs, or is it fantasy ones too?
So it's both of the first two that you mentioned, and we like to call them either a legacy piece, which is the autobiography. So something you want to be remembered by, like we did for the co-founder of DHL International, for example, for DHL's 50th anniversary. So this is a book called Designed to Win. And that's how the co-founder wanted to be remembered. And then we also do a lot of lead generation pieces, which are books that will answer a problem and or solve a problem. And this way, they allow the reader to go to a landing page and sign up for more. So then the author gets the email and can continue the conversation and make even more revenue on the back end. So it's basically a book that's meant to bring in leads and generate more business. And these are very popular with our authors as well.
So that's one of them. I had a mentor. I've been busy. I haven't been able to go to his calls. And that's one he recommends. And he's like, he did one. It was maybe 60 pages, gave it an editor. And I'm like, 60 pages, that's, you barely open it. 20 minutes later, you're done kind of thing. Or is there a similar tactic to you see?
Well, you can do even fewer pages. So these lead gen books, they can be really a couple pages really short, and they can also be full-blown books. The goal is for the reader to continue the conversation with the author. And sometimes the path of least resistance is to just create as short a book as possible that solves a really niched problem. And this way you're solving your problem. So you're getting people in your world. If you want a big time, full size book, then you do that. It's going to take much, much longer. But it's important to know that you have a choice. And there are people who appreciate reading a shorter book that answers their question within 15 minutes than having to spend 2 days searching for the information inside the book and then finding the 15 minutes that actually is worth their time. So there are different takes on that. And there are categories on Amazon that are called short reads. And these can be really short reads. And these books do sell. So the trick here is understanding who your target audience is, what they want, how they want to consume information, how much time they want to spend.
Interesting. So then for the super short reads, let's say it's 20 pages or less, what do you just give it away free, or is it like $1, like $1.99 kind of thing?
It's usually one of the two for the ebook, and then for the paperback, well, they need to have their price. So the pricing strategy is also a very interesting component of the marketing mix. But for the short books, it's definitely on the lower end.
So let's say one of your clients has made their epic their take of Lord of the Rings kind of thing, how would you help them price and strategize that?
Right. So first of all, we want to understand which category the book belongs to.
Okay.
What are the other books on the bookshelf that this book is part of? So the way you want to do this exercise, you want to go into a bookstore or you want to go to Amazon and look for your category.
Okay.
Which category does your book belong to? And you want there to be a category because that means that there's already an audience for your type of book.
Right.
So if you say, oh, my book is so unique, it's part science fiction and it's part documentary and it's part comedy, you might say, well, that doesn't exist and there's a reason. Nobody reads that. So you want it to be part of something that already exists. Once you found that category, you then want to look at the other books on those bookshelves and give the reader a reason to buy yours. So those other books are called your competing titles. And what you're looking for is your unique selling proposition in order to get the reader to get your book. So that's what you do. And in terms of pricing, you want to be competitively priced. So you cannot, your book cannot cost twice as much as the other books on that bookshelf. It has to be within more or less the range that the other books are in, and you still need to be profitable. So you need to look at that. Okay.
So then just spitballing, like a 40,000 word novel, $12 to $15 would be about a fair range.
It could be.
Okay. Interesting. So, but there's another one where everyone says it, but it's a cliche. Does the cover art matter on a book?
What do you think?
I totally think so. As I was walking at Barnes and Noble, it's all like Pinterest pictures and stuff.
Well, it does matter a lot. And there have been many marketing tests, where just by changing the cover of the book, the sales went significantly upwards. So what you want to do is you want to look at the bestsellers in your categories and emulate one of those book covers. So they all have a certain feel and look. And yes, you want to be unique, but you don't want to be, too far away from what people already want and trust in terms of design.
That's true. So then maybe like an autobiography would be your name, whatever it is, either a picture of you or whatever symbolic representation of the story.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really popular format for autobiographies, and it works.
Okay. So then let's say one of your clients has writer block, though. They have the story, and even with the ghostwriter, they just can't get it out. How would you help them work through that issue, I guess?
Well, we are able to prevent that from happening because we start in a strategic way. We start with the outline of the book.
Okay.
So then when we meet to interview the author, we already know exactly what we're meeting for. The author gets a set of questions that they will be answering. So there's no way there's any type of block. Like you get a question, you answer it. And so the only person who could have a block could be our interviewer, who runs out of questions. But that's really difficult too, because when you're having an interview, you ask one question and you have other 15 prepared, but then you have another 15 coming up just based on the answers you're getting.
Right.
So it's a collaborative process, and I've never heard in the years that we've been doing this if anybody experienced
running short on questions.
No writer's block on the question and answer session.
That's good. That's what I'm gonna say. That's important. If you can't answer a question, it's like, So then, kind of back to the marketing. Sorry, I'm like bouncing everywhere today. So one thing I've seen recently a lot of is people run ads on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Is that a good strategy, or is it more you're sinking more money than you're making?
Well, from personal experience, we just discontinued that type of advertising because it was what you said. We were not getting the results we wanted. We were working with an agency, so it's not like we were testing something we've never done. Right. We were working with an agency, and it was just not for us, not for our market. Our market is entrepreneurs, people who read business books, people who want to write business books, and Facebook was not our platform. There were other platforms we tried and just recently discontinued. Because yes, marketing is testing, so you should expect to invest something, and some of your funds will be lost because you're testing. So it's just part of the process. But at a certain point, and after several months, you're just seeing that it's basically you're throwing money out, and at a certain point, you're going to wake up and say, well, maybe this is not working, and
Right.
we're done with testing this. Like, it just hasn't worked. So let's move on to other avenues. So you don't want to be that company that says, we know that half of our marketing works, we just don't know which half. Like, we need to know which half works.
Yeah, no, that's very important. Yeah, like you were saying, because I see these books and they're okay. They're fine. They're the free copy kind of thing. But it's how much do they pay to get me to not pay anything?
Well, yeah, I mean, the math has to work out. And in many cases it does, because a percentage of the people, is going to, get the free book and then buy the whatever and get all the way to the end of the funnel and buy the service. But if you talk to any experts on ads and algorithms and how all that works, you're going to quickly find out that the ones that are best off are the companies where you get to advertise, not the advertisers.
Yeah. Yes, it does work out that way. Instagram was just bugging me to spend an ad. So I'm like, fine, I'll throw $5 just to make you stop sending that notification. And it was one of those oh, since you sent $5, we'll give you 10 for free. I'm like, all right, just do the same thing over again. And honestly, as I watched it, I got nothing out of it. I'm like, I hypothetically paid $20 and I got nothing out of this. So
that's very little testing. So you want to be testing, the copy, the image, the audience, the times of day. So on $20, you can't really test anything. So that's just their strategy to drag you deeper into the rabbit hole, which didn't work on you. But if they're using it, they're either testing it or it's actually working for them.
Well, and it seems like for that, like you said, it makes more like Google and Facebook money than it does for the actual person paying them.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, that's where I was just like, I'm just going to cut my losses before I sink $2,000 and just be like, oh, what just happened?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very real scenario for many people.
So I'm just curious for you, what is, let's say you have your entrepreneur, you went through your whole thing, your ghostwriting, editing, sending it to Simon & Schuster's. How do you help them get their name out there other than Facebook ads?
Right. So there's a bunch of marketing that we do, and we're able to get the books on the bestseller lists, starting from Amazon all the way to USA Today or Wall Street Journal bestseller. And that is a big deal. It means, thousands of books sold in a week and so many eyeballs on them. So that's one of the main things that attract people to us.
So it is that strategy of getting up there. Okay. Would it also involve maybe going on podcasts or starting a YouTube channel kind of thing?
Not for the specific bestseller status. What I do recommend doing podcasts, here I am. So
right.
It is a viable strategy that we are moving forward with. It's not something that we discontinued. It's something that we see working. And the way we look at it is more of a long-term thing. So it's, we wouldn't say, oh, let's get out a bunch of podcasts, release them all in one period of time and expect the book to hit the list. That's not how we orchestrate it. But we do recommend this for as a long-term strategy in order to, as you said, get your name out there, and for other reasons too.
Wonderful. So without tearing the veil too much, I know there's certain strategies of Amazon's, you set your book for 99 cents and you buy 100 and you could get bestseller. That's one person told me. I could be wrong. That's what I'm asking you.
Right. So you can set your book for 99 cents and get 100 people to buy it in a short period of time. You cannot yourself buy 100.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because it's an ebook. You cannot buy any more than one copy of one ebook for your e-reader.
Okay.
So a 99-cent book is going to be an ebook. It's not going to be a paperback.
Right. Yeah,
and you can only buy one ebook per registered Amazon customer.
Okay, because I remember. Well, I've done it online before, where you click the book and it's 99 cents and it says amount you want to buy. Just for shits and giggles, I put in 100, and it said I could have.
So in that case, you would have to send those books to people that you're buying them for, and they have to claim them. So they have to accept them. Otherwise, you can get that money back.
Oh, okay. So this young kid was saying that. He was like, yeah, you buy 100 copies on your credit card, and then just go from there. And I'm like, oh, this was a long time ago. I'm like, I guess it works. You do this more than I do.
Right. So there's a bunch of things like that have been happening on Amazon over the years. And, they figured it out. So now it's more and more difficult to be able to pull that off. They have a lot of, security checks and stuff like that going on to make sure nobody's gaming the system. Mm-hmm. So you can definitely try that and see if it's working for you, or if, a portion of those sales is working for you and adding up to the rank, because not all sales are equal. Like, for example, we're talking about ebooks, but let's say you're going to buy 100 of your paperbacks.
Okay.
And that doesn't count. If you buy 100 paperbacks from your account on Amazon, that's going to count as one.
Oh, okay.
So they've thought of it.
Yes, they have. So then, yeah, the ebook one, now you would just have to send to your 100 people, be like, hey, just claim this. You don't even have to read it, kind of thing.
Well, but that's the thing too. It might be a problem if they don't even open it and scroll through it.
Because I also heard they pay you by page too. They don't pay you like the whole book.
That is for the Kindle Unlimited program.
Oh, okay.
So there's an option if you're part of that. Yeah.
Is that one you recommend people do?
It depends on their goals. If you want to hit the list, then I don't recommend that you get into Kindle Unlimited. You wouldn't hit any list, because if you go to Kindle Unlimited, you're basically exclusive with Amazon. And in order to hit a big list, you have to have sales on both Amazon and other platforms. So if your goal is to have as wide a reach as possible on Amazon, then you do want to sign up for that, because there's a lot of people who are part of that program and they will get your book because it's part of Kindle Unlimited.
Okay. So there's big macro strategies within micro strategies of all this. Okay. So then maybe like a short story would be the one where you're like, I don't need this to be like Simon and Schuster. You would put it on Amazon Unlimited, like Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, that is a logical solution.
There we go. So then we talked marketing, mindset. What is so your service, your agency to help the people? Can we go into more detail on the steps and maybe some pricings too, on like the onboarding and all that?
Sure.
So then let's just hypothetically, I'm a new client. What would be the process I would experience?
So we'd send you to leaderspress.com, or you could take a look at what we've got going on, the types of books we've done, the packages we have, the happy people we've worked with. You can get a copy of our book, Outsource Your Book, where we explain how our process works. You get a audiobook of that as well. You get to check out the team that you'd be working with, the various blog posts that we've written. So there's a lot you can do on that page. There's an opportunity to schedule a call, and then you'd be able to chat with one of our team members who would figure out if there's a fit And if there is, you'd be redirected to another call where you'd be having a more in-depth conversation on how to get started and what that looks like financially. And the way it looks like financially is we have a really wide range of services. So we start with anthologies and slots in anthologies. These are anthologies that we run campaigns for that allow us to hit the USA Today or Wall Street Journal bestseller status for the co-authors. And these start at $6,000 right now. Then we have short books that we talked about. So these really quick lead generators, you do one interview and then your book is out. So these are at $7,000. Then we go all the way up to $45,000 for a regular size book that gets Amazon bestseller status and is distributed via Simon & Schuster into bookstores. And then we go to $120,000 for that same service, but you also get an audiobook and your book is guaranteed USA Today or Wall Street Journal bestseller status. And that's not it, because we go all the way to $250,000 where you get a this massive PR that would completely explode your book sales after that initial USA Today and Wall Street Journal bestseller status. So really, really wide range.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I want to say the big campaign one, that would be, you pay up front, but you're definitely going to get it returned on the back end.
Yes.
So then I'm just curious, is it for the books, is it more like a price per word, or is it more just like work sum that we're paying for?
Well, those
Sorry,
are
I'm thinking the $7,000 one.
Yeah, so that's basically based on the interview. So we're going to have a 90-minute interview.
Okay.
And based on that, there's a specific word count. I think it's like, I don't remember right now if it's 5,000-6,000 words or something that comes out of it. So it's basically the word count that comes out of a 90-minute interview.
Okay. So 5,000 to 6,000, what that's like 10-ish page at worst?
No. So in terms of page count, that would be like 30 pages.
5? Well, okay. Okay. Interesting. So, I'm just like running out of questions as we go. So let's just say then, for the lead gen one, do you just offer like editing services? Let's just say like someone already has the concept and they're just like, I need an editor. Do you offer that too?
We wouldn't do an a la carte like editor only, but we can work from manuscript to publishing. So if somebody has a manuscript, we'll evaluate it, see if it makes sense to take it on board, and then prepare a quote for that. And those are already on our website as well. So yes, we do that.
Awesome. Then what's your website name?
Leaderspress.com.
Leaderspress.com. That's awesome. This has been an absolute honor and a pleasure. I'm running out of questions. I don't want to just drag this out too long. I got like 3 going out questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
So other than work, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy during these previous COVID times?
Mm-hmm. I took up horseback riding. I've been doing it for 1 year. Yeah, and I have 2 horses now, and I'm going to start competing in 1 month, show jumping. So really excited about that.
That's
another
awesome.
thing I started doing was swimming. I live by the sea, and I started swimming in cold water, the Wim Hof method, so cold swims. And since I started that, I never had anything like health-wise. So COVID raging all over, I didn't ever get any close to me. So that was really exciting. And I continued doing that. I made some friends through these activities. So
Wonderful.
Just, you meet amazing people doing things like that. It's not the people you'd meet at the bar.
No.
Or just some sort of self elimination. I think, basically you don't get sissies jumping into cold water or, horseback riding. So I, created amazing friendships during this time.
That's wonderful. Are you still chatting with them, or is it like?
Yeah, I see them every day.
Oh, so like you all go swimming kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, second question is someone that's inspired to be kind of like you, successful businesswoman. I'm presuming a writer and author too.
Yeah.
What would be some tips, tricks, or advice you give them to start down that path?
Well, I believe in writing your dreams and goals down.
Okay.
So you do definitely want to do this exercise where you envision yourself where you want to be in a specific period of time. So the next 3 months or year or 10 years, just write it down somewhere. And it's very likely that like 5 years from now, you're going to find that and see, wow, I'm actually living this. And then I believe in a plan, and I believe in mentorship. So being successful isn't really so difficult. You want to find somebody who's already doing what you want to be doing and ask for directions.
That's very true. That's the biggest one I've learned on this show is don't be afraid to ask for help, essentially. So then the third one is, we've already kind of said it, but what are some social media or, we said the website, Leader Press, where people can contact you at?
Yeah, the best place to go to is the website, and specifically to leaderspress.com/discover. And there you'll be able to go through a 1-minute quiz that will help you understand which book is the best type of book for you. And you'll also get a free audiobook and ebook of Outsource Your Book, where you find out exactly how our process works. And that's at leaderspress.com/discover.
Wonderful. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure to have you on. I learned a lot, at least. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Josh. It's been super exciting.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. You made it to the end. You're an awesome person. Not many make it here. So, being the awesome person that you are, can you do me one more awesome favor? Can you rate and review this on whatever podcast services you're using? If you do it on Apple and you leave an actual written review, I have a thing on my website. I will take your written review and post it for all to see. Congratulations, you're permanently sealed on my site. Otherwise, I am trying to do YouTube more and live streaming. I will try to put as many of the YouTube links in the description of the show as I can. So give your boy some extra help over on YouTube. Watch my videos. I just mute it and change the channel, change the window or something. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for being awesome, and see you next time.